Hey everyone, I'm feeling a little bittersweet about posting this video this week. This is my last video for the County Line Cemetery in Ozark County, Missouri. If you guys have been following my journey for a while, you know this was the abandoned cemetery that I had permission to clean all the graves in. I believe there were 16 or 17 of them. I'm not really sure, but for the past few months, this has all been the posts I have been making. All the people that were buried in this graveyard. It feels bittersweet to post this because it feels like I'm closing a chapter in a book because we are done with it, and I did really enjoy learning about all the people buried here. However, it was getting difficult to keep the stories new and exciting and fresh for you guys because these people were all closely related in the end, it turned out, and their stories did intertwine, and so it was hard to come up with new material for the same members of the family. With that being said, I'm so grateful I got to do this cemetery cleanup and tell these people's stories. But I am excited to also be getting into my new cleans. I spent the spring and fall working in different cemeteries, and so I have a whole new batch of videos coming out with new people, new cemeteries, new stories, and new photos. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you again for listening. Cassandra Ann, or Cassie Mink, was born on March 13th, 1838 in Rock Castle County, Kentucky. She was born to Robert and Nancy Mink. Nancy's maiden name is unknown. There is very little information about Cassie's family. Because of this, I don't know how many siblings she had or what her parents did for a living. On February 11th, 1854, when Cassie was 15, she married 20-year-old James Decker. James and Cassie raised their family in Rock Castle County, Kentucky, and farmed for a living. James and Cassie would have 9 children together, 4 boys and 5 girls. Jonathan, Daniel, Rebecca, Belle, Mahala, Joseph, Amanda, Shepherd, and Nancy. If you watched my video over Virgia Cropper, James and Cassie are her great-grandparents. Their daughter, Rebecca, had a daughter named Cora who had Virgia. It's confusing, but I've enjoyed uncovering how people buried in this cemetery are related to each other. Cassie would have her children from the age of 16 up until the age of 38. This next part is about the Decker family's move to Missouri. I covered this in James's video, so if you remember this and want to skip ahead, feel free to. Around 1885 or 1886, James and Cassie's son, Jonathan Decker, decided to move west to Missouri. In their 60s at this point, James, Cassie, and 6 of his siblings decided to go with him. They traveled by wagon looking for a place with a good spring and plenty of wild game. They settled in Ozark County, Missouri, south of Dora. Their son Jonathan Decker would buy a store in a small community called Birdtown. It is said the first store was yellow and he bought it from Ephraim Collins. He would later build a new bigger store there in 1917, and it was built so the nearby spring ran underneath it. Over 100 years later, that store is still standing today. The Deckers were mostly in the newspaper for advertising their store. This advertisement was my favorite one I found. Back then, you could probably buy many things for only 10 cents. One article I found from November 1901 stated, Jonathan Decker said opossum hunting was good the other night. When asked how many he caught, he said 2. It must have been a slow news week. James and Cassie would live the rest of their lives in Ozark County, Missouri. In 1901, the couple lost their daughter, Amanda Pauline, or Mandy Decker. She passed away at the age of 33. I couldn't find any information about her cause of death. I was surprised to find she was 33 and not married, which was not common for this area during that time. Mandy's epitaph is the ominous, "Prepare for death and meet me in heaven." Mandy's family buried her in the County Line Cemetery in Ozark County, Missouri. 11 years later, Cassie passed away. Cassie passed away on October 27, 1912, at the age of 74. Her cause of death was listed as neurasthenia. Neurasthenia was a term used to describe a condition that caused physical and mental exhaustion, and it was often associated with depression or emotional stress. Her death certificate stated her age contributed to her cause of death. Cassie was buried in the County Line Cemetery next to her daughter, Mandy. Cassie and James were married for 58 years when she passed. Cassie never got to see the new store her son was building. She passed away before it was finished. James passed away the same year it was built, so I'm not sure if he was able to see the store either. James followed Cassie 5 years later. James passed away in 1917 at the age of 83. His death certificate stated he died from an abscess in his throat and jaw caused from decayed teeth. His old age and starvation contributed to his death. He was buried next to Cassie and Mandy. One of their sons, Joseph Decker, would join them 22 years later after being injured in a car wreck. I also cleaned James and Joseph stones, and both of their videos have already been posted. Mandy's stone was in great condition, so I just sprayed it with D2. The top of Cassie's stone says Mrs. C.A., wife of J.F. Decker. Her stone has 2 hands and a handshake carved at the top. A new-to-me fact I learned while researching graveyard symbols for this video was that sometimes one hand in the carving is shown as being stiff, meaning the person is dead, while the other hand has bent joints, meaning they are alive. The hand on the left usually belongs to the deceased, and this can also tell you which spouse died first. This symbolizes a farewell between the living and dead. If you look closely at Cassie's carving, it does look like the left hand is stiff and the right one is clearly bent, indicating her and James saying farewell to each other. Her husband's stone doesn't have anything carved at the top of his. Her epitaph says, "A tender mother and faithful friend," which is a mirror of her husband's epitaph, "A tender father and faithful friend." Thank you for watching, and rest in peace, Cassie.